Alright, today, for one of my first ever runs in Europa Universalis 5, I decided to try out Granada, which probably turned out to be a pretty big mistake. Lost all my cannons, most of my cavalry, and a good chunk of my infantry. But I did get some experience, and even though I only have 18 hours in this game, I feel like I did okay. Anyways, y'all see how I did in the video, so carry over to there. Alright, so I've been playing as Granada right over here. Now, considering how little I've actually played, I probably shouldn't be trying out this nation, but you know what? I'm gonna just go for it, and honestly, this could be either really good or really bad for me, so, you know, I'm just gonna go ahead and just try and, I guess, establish some relations with these countries around me. Alright, I think that a good idea for me is to probably get some good relations with Morocco, Aragon, and Portugal right over here. Just try to get me some allies early on. I'm gonna go ahead and just set all my taxes to automatic, just let the game handle that. Also with my economy too, probably. I just gotta learn this game kind of step by step, so just gonna let the game handle this for now. Also just gonna have this guy who I put onto my cabinet right over here, probably just let's increase some province control. Probably want to go after this area right over here because it does have some pretty good development and a pretty good tax base, so I think I'm just going to want to get some control up and kind of develop these regions right over here. I also think I'm going to go ahead and develop this kind of grain area right over here just to get some food up and probably some fisheries too. I don't want to be spending too much on food, so I'm just go ahead and develop those now. Alright, I am able to call my first parliament basically, so what I think I'm going to do is I think we're going to go ahead and do the increased ties to neighbors. And then maybe try to get a couple law changes. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just pick up favor the ruler because it gives me some extra crown power, which I know is good, and some more maximum taxation. And right now I am kind of struggling on money, so I think I am gonna choose this. Alright, looks like we could pick up an alliance with Morocco because they do want to reclaim old Muslim lands. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and take that for now, just get some defensive stuff, but I do still want to get pretty good relations with Portugal and Aragon. Alright, we did get that passed, so I think we do have pretty good relations with Morocco, so hopefully I can eventually get enough favors with them that I can start asking them for some money, because I do need someone to bankroll me maybe. I think I'm going to go down the administrative focus, just because I kind of need to build up around here. Not sure that's the best option, but that's what I'm going to do for now. Should also probably grant out some privileges. I do think trade capacity would be a good one to pick up, so we'll grant that to the burghers. And I don't really know what else I should hand out now, so I'm just gonna kind of look over these. Oh, Aragon offered me alliance. That's actually really good. That's exactly what I want, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that. So now I do have two pretty good allies, so maybe if I pick up Portugal, I should be pretty confident in maybe trying to take some land off of Castile. Alright, it does look like that Castile is at war now with both Portugal and Aragon. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to intervene in their war on the side of Portugal, and hopefully I can pick up some land. I'm not sure that's how it's going to work, but I'm going to try it out. Alright, go ahead, raise all my levies. And alright, that should be just all I need to do for now, then just try to take, I guess, some land. Alright, just gonna occupy over here, take their little local capitals, and then maybe I should make my way over to Aragon, actually, to try to link up and get kind of a defensive area. Alright, this does not look good. Yeah, they did catch me in a battle. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, that's not looking good for me. Alright, maybe I can join up with Aragon over here. And if we can get a battle with our combined forces, we might actually be able to do something. I think I'll link up with his army. Oh, I actually just won a battle just somewhere. Oh yeah, right there. They probably had some low order or something. Or, I mean, low morale. They caught me in another battle right here. I forgot to balance my armies. Hopefully, is Aragon gonna help? No? Okay, I'm gonna get crushed then. We'll try again to link up with Aragon right here. And let's see, how do I attach my army? I'm just gonna try attach to them. Alright, we didn't end up getting anything, but we did prevent a full Castile victory in Portugal, I believe. Yeah, we didn't... Yeah, they're not completely under Castile, but still isn't the best peace deal, though. Did lose some land. But we did get Portugal to like us enough to where they will accept an alliance, so go ahead and do that. So now I should be allied to 3 people, which I'm not sure is a bad thing or a good thing. That might be too many, but I feel like that does put us in a good position for later on if we want to go after Castile. Alright, the Black Death has hit my country, and I don't think I have enough money to really do much to prevent it, so I think the best I can do is just, let's do segregate the infected and do some scapegoats. I think that's what I'm gonna do for now. Yeah, it's starting to hit us pretty hard now. That's not good. My population's dropping so fast. This is really bad. Oh no, this isn't good. You know what? I probably want to replace them with some settlers from Morocco. Let's take these guys and send them over to Granada right here, and then hopefully I can just basically just steal their people and then just repopulate my own country with that. Alright, I had another parliament, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and pick up noble levies because it just gives some more combat efficiency, so why not? Just pick that up. Alright, I could try a war against Castile now with no CV. And I would be able to call in Aragon, Morocco, and Portugal. So, issue is who they're going to call in. They are going to be slightly stronger than us. But you know what? Let's go ahead and try it. Alright, I'm going to make my way over to Aragon over here and link up our armies so that we can kind of march together in this war, because my stack's going to be completely useless on its own. Alright, looks like we are getting a couple battles going here. Just picking up some easy wins to start off. I think we're going to try and knock out their... I think that what the AI is trying to knock out their like little vassals first, and we can start occupying land down over here. Alright, yeah, I'm just destroying their units right now, so should be able to knock out a good bit of them and get some more score. Alright, just got a little bit there. I did get a good bit of sieges down over here, and it looks like their armies are just kind of focusing on sieging right here. So I do have 29% war score, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make peace with them, and I should have enough war score to take these two if I just get rid of a couple of these outlier provinces. Yeah, I could, and maybe some money. Let me think of a peace deal I could do real quick. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do this peace deal. Can I take any money? No, I cannot. You know what? This is fine. I'm gonna keep my allies and then just get a bunch of land. So I think we go ahead and do this. So decent bit of expansion. Just gotta start integrating these areas. Alright, I'm kind of in a difficult position now because pretty much all my allies broke their alliance with me. So I'm just approving relations with Spain to hopefully get down their antagonism. Probably should have thought about this earlier, but this may be a difficult position for me right now. Oh, perfect. Portugal just offered me an alliance, so that worked out. And then maybe, yeah, I can pick back up Portugal, Morocco. So at least I got 2 allies back. Now I just got to worry about Aragon. So doesn't look like they want one right now. Alright, I'm not entirely sure what this does, but I do want to enter the Aragon market because I do know that they have professional armies, which I do want to pick up. So I'm gonna try the, let's see here, request market access, and it says it gives market attraction in Aragon and some other stuff. So hopefully this will let me trade with them a little bit more. Also just got a parliament that says increase ties to neighbors, so I could end up getting a little bit closer to Castile, which I do want them to kind of like me during the peace times because I just don't want them declaring war on me. So I'm going to try that out. All right, did get that passed. So still trying to work my way up to getting some better relations with Castile over here. But the main thing is just trying to get away this international organization. So started working that down already. What I could do is sell them this one location back for 630 ducats. So I think that what I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I mean, I need the money. This area only has, I think, like 7k pops, if even. Yeah, and they all hate me, and I'm not really getting much out of it, I don't think, compared to what I could do with like 600 ducats. So I'm going to go ahead and sell them this location. And yeah, now I can just use to start developing everywhere else. All right, I'm building up some tailor skills right over here for some fine cloth because I do think they're pretty profitable from what I've seen. So I'm gonna just keep doing that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grant some privileges. I think that treasury rights right over here, and then granting the nobility this privilege. I feel like that'd be pretty good for me because it should get me a little bit more levy strength and then some tax efficiency. I also can call another parliament. And oh yeah, I can promote the integration process, so that'll be pretty good for Cordoba. Go ahead and do that. And I'm not sure if I want to mess with too much right now. It's got to see what they're offering. Yeah, I think I'm just going to let this parliament just go through. I don't want to grant them an extra privilege, and I don't want to break any alliances. So I think I'm just going to try and just keep it positive but not request anything. Alright, it does look like that a war has broken up between Castile and Portugal. So I'm going to go ahead and accept the offer to join it. But I am kind of worried that this could end up backfiring. Does look like their main force is over there in the west. So I'm just going to continue kind of sieging down these areas over here, I think. And then maybe I could get some concessions out of them. Ooh, might have to get a battle going too. Okay, it does say I'll win this battle. So I'm gonna just go for it. Portugal can maybe hop in later. Make sure it's all balanced and see how this goes. Oh, that's not looking too good for me. Yeah, we're definitely gonna lose that. That's a bummer. Yeah, we're just pretty screwed over here. There's nothing really I can do at this point. Aragon's supposed to be in the war, but I don't know where their troops are. Looks like our side is trying to get a little bit of initiative and maybe push back against Castile a little bit, but I don't really think so much is going to happen. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just wipe peace out of this. I shouldn't have joined in the first place. That was a mistake, but I do believe I should have maybe a truce with them, which could work out in my favor. Yeah, so they won't attack me too soon. Alright, I've just been doing everything I can to get some pretty good relations with Aragon. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to build a... I forgot what it was. It was... it's like a market building. I forgot what I was doing, but it's a market building. I'm trying to get some trade offices over here. The main reason is I want them to spread their professional armies and whatever other traditions that they're picking up over to me. So I feel like that could benefit me a good bit. Alright, I went ahead and got another parliament. Just continue to try to integrate these areas. It's taking forever. This one says it's going to happen at 1622, so I want to get this finished as fast as possible. That's not good. Looks like Castile's preparing to declare war on me. I would ask for larger levies, but I don't think that would help, because I'm just not strong enough to fight them. Alright, I'm kind of desperate for some more money again. So I think I'm going to actually sell another location off to Castile. And this time it's going to be for 745 ducats. So pretty good money. I mean, I'm losing a little bit of land, but it's nothing that's too major. So I can probably take that back later in a war. Does look like I have a revolution that's going to pop off. The Castilian Patriots. Kind of worried about that. Not sure how that's going to work. Alright, about to get my first revolution, I guess. Alright. So, looks like a good bit did end up breaking away. Hopefully Castile won't get involved, but I'm not entirely sure about that. It's kind of annoying because I do have several forts in there. So, it's going to take a little bit to siege this all back. siege that down, so let's start marching down. Actually, I'm gonna go after their armies right over here. Oh yeah, we just knocked them all out, so just go ahead, start sieging down these areas. Morocco's here to help, so it shouldn't take too long. It's probably going to be a little bit annoying to do. And also, I can probably get a white peace from France to just get out of that war. Alright, looks like they're ready to surrender already. Just take them all back, so that was quick war right there, and just start reintegrating it all. Okay, so I didn't lose my integration progress, so that makes me pretty happy. So what I'm going to do now is just do recovery effort in these areas, and then after that, I think I'm going to continue just trying to convert these areas to my religion and culture. I feel like that'll be the best way to handle this. I think I'm going to go ahead and create a market now, kind of centered around my capital. Feel like that's the best thing I can do right now, because my country's kind of split in two right now. Alright, we got that market off, so let me see. Alright, we have pretty good market reach. So what I think I want to do now is just start trading as soon as I can and trying to get all these institutions over into my market land. Alright, I think I'm going to start now kind of trying to connect more with Cordoba and all these other areas. So went ahead and did the expand gravel roads, just try to lower that proximity, and honestly, I might try and get a couple of parliament requests through. I think I'm just going to go ahead and change this feudal de jure laws from by perdition to by blood, just for that extra integration speed later on. I feel like that could be pretty helpful. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and embrace the professional armies institution first, just so I can start, you know, building up a little bit of an army there. And then I just need to focus on getting my stability back up. Alright, I've just been kind of sitting here for a while, just trying to develop my land. I just hit 1400, and I've just been trying to get basically these professional troops. So I started building up a little gunsmith right over here. I forgot where it is, but I think I'm going to try to build up a little bit of a professional army, try to get Aragon and Portugal again in kind of a coalition, and go after Castile. Alright, I got another parliament going, this time just to convert just some more Catholics over to the Sunni religion, so hopefully that'll work. I'm just thinking that this will maybe prevent them from trying to revolt as much, but not entirely sure if that's how it works. I got that passed, so we got 15% of people in Cordoba converting over to Islam, so they're building up quite a sizable bit. I think once they get to majority, I'll just stop and then focus on maybe expanding the Andalusi culture, at least until I can finally kind of start tolerating them, because for now it costs way too much to even have them as a tolerated culture. Alright, so I think it's also about time that I embrace the banking institution. Probably should have done this earlier, and then soon I'll go ahead and pick up the Renaissance when I can afford it. Alright, I think that this measurement has to be wrong. It says it's going to be done on 1433, but it's pretty much 99% integrated at 1404. So I don't really see how that's right. Alright, gonna go ahead and embrace the Renaissance. So now I should be able to try working down my technology tree and getting an extra seat added to my cabinet, which should be pretty good. Probably should have done that first before I did all the military stuff. Oh. Alright, I just had an uprising pop up against me. I don't think they should be very strong, so should be able to handle this on my own. Just knock out their main force. Then they're raising troops in their capital, so might as well just go, or in Cordoba, so I'll march on there and siege it. And then just go for all their main locations. Alright, they're going for my capital now, so just be able to head down here and take care of them real quick. And now just focus on sieging the rest of their land. Alright, there we go. I got up to 82%, so now I'm able to full annex them. Looks like I can also take some money, which is kind of funny, but just take all that and disband all my levies. Portugal's war against Castile right now, and that 42k versus 10k, I can't do anything about that, and it's just going to end up with either me losing land or just all my troops dying, so gotta break that alliance. If I profess trust in Aragon and then improve opinion, I wonder if I could get an alliance with them again. because I could really use that. Alright, I've been called into a war against Castile again, but the main issue, same one it always is, 48k to 26,000, and I don't have any professional force really built up except for, what, 50 artillery pieces? So I don't think I can do much again, so I gotta break that alliance. This is gonna get bad. I need to have a strong ally somewhere. I think it's probably best if I continue to expand my military, because I gotta be ready, because Castile's probably gonna invade me soon, if I have to guess. Alright, I just unlocked the armory building, so that should mean I can get a bunch of manpower now, and then actually try to build up a competent army. Alright, I just got additional cultural capacity. So I believe that if I were to go to my culture tab, once I get to 5 prestige, I can probably add the Castilian culture as a tolerated culture, and then probably have to remove the Sephardi culture as a tolerated one. Alright, doing this marriage can get me enough prestige. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then let's head over to my culture tab. Where is that? Alright, Castilian. I'm going to add it as a tolerated culture. And then let's remove Sephardi. So yeah. That should now start coring these lands, I believe. Alright, maybe I was wrong. Maybe tolerating them isn't enough to get them as a core. I probably need to fully accept them, but that's fine. That's a first step towards getting them as a completely integrated culture. Alright, Castile is fabricated on me. If they go to war, I'm just done. Yep. Castile declared war. That's not good. Okay, looks like we have 800 total professional troops. They have 250. Their issue is just that they have so many levies that I'm not sure it's even gonna matter. I'm just gonna siege this down. Let's get some, hopefully, some more score off before their main armies arrive. Maybe I could try to force a white peace. Oh, I didn't even mean to catch a battle, but I did, so I'm probably screwed here. Yeah, they're breaking my flanks. That flank's gone. And then the rest of my army's screwed. Lost all my cannons, most of my cavalry, and a good chunk of my infantry. Don't see I'm gonna win this. And Sevilla broke away from me as well. That's nice. Because actually this could work out if they broke away and they only annex this area. Let's see, what are you wanting from me to surrender to you? You want all my land? No, obviously not. What do they want? Alright, I have no way of winning this. And the only way that I can piece them out right now is if I annul treaties with Morocco, give them food access, military access. Actually, I could probably remove... I can't remove any of these. Or else they want to accept. And then... Do they want to humiliate me? Oh, this is annoying. But looks like I have to do that. I don't really have a choice. On the bright side, I can finish off this revolter right here, but now I'm isolated completely and paying war reps. Alright, I will say that for my first run, actually, I have enjoyed EU5 a bunch. I think that I want to keep playing this game and learn it. But for now, I think I'm going to call it here. I'm definitely playing this small country, Granada, has like taught me a good bit about the game. I think that next time, though, I want to try out the Ottomans or maybe some stronger countries, because I just wanted to get kind of a grasp of the base mechanics. But I think that, so I think I've got it pretty, like, at least I have a basic understanding of a few of them. So I think that now I'm going to call it off here. I might continue later after I've done a little bit of improving, or a lot of improving, and try to actually destroy Castile, Portugal, and Aragon, and actually reform Andalus. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna call it here. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and do let me know if you actually want me to keep playing CK EU5 or just go back to doing only CK3. Anyways, I'll see y'all in the next video.